my little dorks and Poindexters. We're going to be talking about the Neumann NDH 20s, NDH 30s. The people that are targeted for these headphones are wannabe musicians, little home studios with their little Apollo twins and little Neumann microphones. And we can see I made a video about this like 5 months ago. And I've been getting some of these dorks, some of these musician people leaving comments on my channel. And I just wanted to make this video because, again, if you look at a lot of these videos and you skim through them, none of them actually show you the frequency response. You know, it'd be like buying studio monitors that are all colored and fucked up. And so, like, look at this guy.
For me, and I've used lots of headphones from Sennheiser, Shure, Biodynamic, Sony, Audio-Technica. There's many over the years, and many premium brands as well. And
Crunch, he uses a Rode NT1A, something in there.
These are without a doubt the best headphones that I have ever heard for mixing and mastering. And for me personally, I think I'm going to be doing most of my mixing and mastering on these now rather than using the near field monitors. Now, just a little bit further on from that, you know, about mixing and mastering in headphones, even if you mix and master with a traditional near field monitoring system like this, when you've done your mixing, you should always check the mastered version, or you know, if you do the mastering yourself, you should always check that in headphones anyway, for the simple reason that about 70% of people under the age of 35 listen to their music in headphones. So
No, you don't need to be, oh, I'm going to check my mix on headphones. No, if you got good studio monitors or you got good headphones, you want headphones that image and sound like studio monitors, okay? You don't want to put on your Cope headphones. You know, you want good sounding headphones to mix and master properly. You don't want to tune your music to an Apple earbud, you fucking idiot. So, again, we skim through this. We don't, you know, we see the Neumann fanboys using their Neumann headphones with their Neumann speakers, and they got Neumann everywhere. You know, the shilling, let the shilling begin. Where's the Sweetwater? Sweetwater, yeah, boy, Sweetwater.
Music, they have something for you on there. And also, when you order anything from Sweetwater Sound, you are assigned a cell.
Pathetic. So, again, you know, you skim through all this and you see me, you know. And again, we can, I'm the only one who's going to show you the frequency response of this garbage NDH 20s, NDH 30s. This is how bad they measure, okay? So we use the Harman target here, the Harman target with extended treble, which is how a headphone should sound, okay? And when we look at this, I'm going to show you something that's really funny. Okay, so we can see the NDH 30s, oh, that's black. The NDH 30s, they roll off a lot of bass. So we can see the NDH 30s, the bass should be way up here, okay, like the closed back that can trap in the bass. Okay, and up here we can see the NDH 30s actually have better upper mids than where they should be. But we see they both have a huge lack of treble clarity. The treble falls off a cliff. So this is terrible. This is terrible, okay? Yeah, looking at this, I would say the NDH 30s are better here. Looks like they're smoother here. So, but they got this peak fatigue right here, but so do the other ones. So out of these, yeah, I would get the NDH 30s, even though they lack deep bass, and because just the ear gain scoop here is not ripped out, and I mean, again, the treble veil, it's terrible. So I mean, if we look at like the Sennheiser HD 650s, I'm assuming Neumann is using, yeah. So if we look at the Sennheiser HD 650s, which are really commonly used, let's get rid of the closed back. We can see the HD 650s. Honestly, you're better off with the HD 650s. The Sennheiser HD 650s you're better off with than these Neumann. So again, Sennheiser owns Neumann. They're probably using very similar drivers. Based on this, you get much better mid-range performance, especially here on the HD 650s. That's sad when I'm promoting the HD 650s. But they're like the NDH 30s, but better. HD 650s, looking at this graph, I would just hands down, you know, you get better treble clarity with a dark HD 650. That's fucking pathetic. You get smoother here. You don't have this, you know, 4K peak fatigue, if you want to call it 4K, 3.8K peak fatigue. Yeah, you get a little bit extended bass with the NDH 30s, but you get smoother highs and cleaner highs. But this is where, like, what about, again, the buyer equivalents, like, the 990s that I use, the biodynamic DT 990s, 250 ohms. So when you get the DT 990, 250 ohms, biodynamic DT 990, 250 ohms, we can see they have the same bass extension as the NDH 30s. It looks like they're a little scooped out here, which is not good. And we can see the treble spikes are this is very bright and clear, but also kind of shrill and fatiguing. And then we can see there's something going on here. But after you use them for a few months, they start to sound like this. Okay, so we got these, let's change the color a little bit, make them a little bit brighter. So we could see, once you use the biodynamic DT 990s and they burn in and they wear in, you can see some changes going on here. Namely, they have the best bass extension. They have a very open, clear, sparkly sound for critical listening, while the Sennheisers and the Neumann technology, because they're probably using the same technology, to be honest with you, except the Neumanns are made in China, and like the Sennheisers are made somewhere in some ghetto European country. So, so you get a much more open, clear, detailed, sparkly sound with the DT 990s, much more pleasant, detailed, and clear. You get a little bit more bass, and you get the same transparent mids. So that's the reason why I use DT 990s. Now again, you can get earbuds like the SIMGOT EM6L that image like studio monitors. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. So you can get headphone IEMs like the SIMGOT EM6L that they image like studio monitors. So again, you want it to follow this Harman Mark II target, and you can see you get much better bass extension with the Chi-Fi earbuds. You get much better treble extension with the Chi-Fi earbuds. You get a much more neutral, transparent mid-range. So yeah, you can blow. You want to be do you want to LARP as like a studio engineer? You want to be a mixing and mastering engineer? You want something that images like studio speakers? You get the SIMGOT EM6Ls. Those are gonna really help your mixes, my dudes. We can pull out we can open this up and we can open another grapher. We can look at some Neumann. Neumann does seem to make some good speakers. So we can look at Neumann speakers like the KH120s. So that's how flat the Neumann KH120 speakers are with DSP. And we can compare that to these earbuds, the SIMGOT EM6L, and we switch back and forth. We can see the earbuds actually have better sub-bass extension. So you could literally mix and master better on the SIMGOT EM6L than Neumann studio monitors that need a subwoofer in the sub-bass. Sure, they're a little bit more transparent in the highs, but these things are so transparent in the highs, the SIMGOT EM6Ls, you lose like, I don't know, above like 17K, it drops off. But these earbuds, you can mix and master better with earbuds than these Neumann speakers. And again, there's other things like the Hype 2 that I also have that, these are studio quality earbuds. And then again, we can look at the biodynamic DT 990s. And those headphones they're a little bit brighter. So the DT 990s are open back. They don't trap in the deep sub bass. They roll off. So they're kind of like studio monitors without a subwoofer. And they're a little bit more bright, open, and sparkly. So we can see that if you want something that images like studio monitors in a headphone, and we switch back and forth, the closest you're going to get, it's a little bit brighter and shimmerier with the DT 990s, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, that's just, you could roll that off a little bit with EQ, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, and I actually have my own target here, the in-game target. This is what I think sounds best. And with my target, you know, it's actually even flatter. So, you know, this is about as close as you're going to get to studio monitors, which is the DT990s, with worn ear pads, you know. So again, you got all these stupid idiots who, again, you skim through this. I'm not going to show you this. I'm not going to show you the frequency response. I'm going to show you Sweetwater.com. They're going to show you their Apollo Twin. They're going to gear. Oh, look at my Universal Audio Apollo Twin. Look at my Neumann speakers. You know, look at this pathetic shit. No graphs, just feel good, emotion driven. And again, the reason why I'm making this video is because a lot of you guys, or just want to be, you know, you want to LARP as these studio engineers, these producers, and some of you actually are. And it's more about emotion to you and coping with the equipment. Hey, if there's Chinese equipment, if there's budget equipment that performs better than Neumann, I know you want to collect all this Neumann shit and, you know, Universal Audio and all this shit. A lot of people, you know, sometimes, you know, this gear that everybody glamorizes is really good. Okay, but Neumann made some shitty headphones. Okay, and Neumann made some shitty headphones. I almost completely forgot. Okay, we're looking at Neumann. This what you're going to try to mix and master on? These Neumann NDH 30s? You know, you're out of your fucking mind. You're gonna have even weaker bass. This coloration crap right here. You know, this huge treble veil. You're not going to be able to critical listen for shit. You know, you colored upper mids. Weak bass. You know, you're not going to be able to... And then you look at the NDH 20s, the closed back versions. I mean, my God. Like... Yeah, you get your sub bass, but look at this huge cut and peak and shit. Look at that. That's terrible. Like, my dudes. You know, do you want this when you're mixing and mastering? Like, imagine you had a speaker that measured this fucking bad. Or do you want this? You know, or do you want this? Like, which one are you going to mix and master better on? But anyway, I'll see you guys later.